Hey, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Money. I am Money T, and that's simply C.
Hey y'all.
So, today we are going to be talking about money scripts, so your behaviors with money. So, stick around. Make sure you hit the bell notification so that you'll be notified. You got to subscribe first, hit like, and share.
Yes. So today we are talking to Jamie Bosse, who is a certified financial planner at Aspire Wealth. She has been with us before talking about teaching kids to save money. And today, as T said, we're going to be talking about behaviors. Why do we spend money or save it the
Right,
way that we do?
right.
Jamie?
Hi, guys.
Hey, welcome to Let's Talk Money.
Thanks so much for having me back, guys.
Oh yeah. We loved it. I love the information that you have. And again, Jamie is also an author, money boss mom. I am loving the book.
Yeah.
It
And it's
is
an easy
it
read.
is such an easy read.
Yeah.
And the information is phenomenal. So and I like how it's really geared towards young moms and young people. Just makes it really easy to get through. And
Yeah.
you know, with our attention spans, I say "are." That's really what we need, is something that's really quick and meaningful, purposeful, and easy to get through.
Yeah.
So we're talking about money scripts. Can you tell us what money scripts are?
I sure can. So, money scripts are a tool that I've been using with my clients a lot lately that are really helpful for uncovering your unconscious biases about money. So, things that you might not even know are there in your mind, but they're impacting the way you make decisions, your habits around money, and just your money views in general. And a lot of times these habits and beliefs are formatted in our brains by the time we're age 10. So we didn't have any control over it.
Wow.
So the money scripts particularly are a system developed by a psychologist named Brad Klontz, and he has an inventory of questions. I think there's 32 of questions, and that it comes out with an assessment of where you fall.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 4 different areas, and it's not uncommon to have more than one tendency. So those 4 are money status, money avoidance, money focus, and money vigilance. So,
Yes.
and I think, go ahead.
I was just going to throw in there too that T and I have taken the assessment,
Yes.
and it's really cool. I wasn't really surprised, but I would say that my results might have been different a few months earlier,
Okay.
you know,
Mhm.
and based on how I responded, I think the results might have been a little different because I had a mindset shift back in August. And so
Mhm.
I think how I answered those questions would have been a little different a few months ago, even. So, but I will let you continue. I just wanted to throw that plug in there. And I also do think it's interesting that you said, you know, these habits and things are formed as early as the age 10,
Mhm.
which I draws me back to your book, or your points with the teaching kids to save,
Yeah.
starting at age
Yeah.
3. So
Mhm.
why it's so important to start early and build that foundation even at that early of an age.
Mhm. 'Cause even
So anyway,
if you're not like consciously teaching the lessons and things to your kids, they are learning it somehow through like the way
Right.
mhm.
you act around other people, the way you spend money, the way things are in your household. So they're always watching.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
let's dig into those money scripts a little bit. Is there one, do you think we should go in any type of order or?
Well,
So
why is it important to know what your money script is? Can you tell us that?
I sure can. Yeah. So knowledge is power, right? So the more you know, the better you can do. So if
Hmm.
you know you have this kind of habit or handicap about money or a view that is maybe hindering your financial success, then the more you know about it, the more you can change that behavior and do something about it.
Yeah.
And oftentimes, as a financial planner, we see a lot of couples who have completely different backgrounds with money. So, one maybe grew up in a working class family and one grew up pretty wealthy. One paid for their own college, one had to get a bunch of student loans. They just have different life experiences
Yeah.
and money scripts, and it's hard to work together sometimes if you can't see eye to eye. So understanding these scripts for yourself, and then also about the people in your household, can help you, be a better team and get the financial life you want.
I think that is so true, just about a lot of things, especially when you think about marriage. We're raised in these different households with different beliefs, different morals, different values, and when you don't have those discussions like before marriage,
Mhm.
it comes up, and those things tend to be, your problems and your
Yeah.
issues.
And if that's one of the
Mhm.
reasons for divorce, it's
Yep.
like people should slow down and pay attention to to your partner's money habits,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Financial habits. Where are they? I used to always say, when I get married, I need to see a credit report.
That's good.
Yes. So let's start at the money status.
Mhm. Yeah, so
Um,
money status seekers, in this category, they tend to view their self-worth as equal to their net worth, right? So money equals how I am as a person.
mhm.
So, they might display more outward wealth, right? So they might want like nice cars, a nice house, like things to show people that they're doing well. These people tend to keep up with the Joneses or try to. So they
Mhm.
might be living a lifestyle that's beyond their means and not sustainable.
Yes.
Oftentimes, if you have this money script, you view people with money on a pedestal, right? That they must be better somehow because they have money. People in this group tend to be prone to gambling, overspending, and then maybe hiding purchases from a spouse or partner.
You can
So
see that
that's
dress
kind
in the
of
closet.
Right.
I mean, everyone does that sometimes, but
I did in
oh,
my younger days. I'm like,
yep.
oh, that's been there.
So if
Yep.
you want to flip the script
Mhm.
and not be this person, how can you change that behavior?
Yep. So if you fall in this category, some tips to flip the script are, to know that money and your net worth, they don't define you. There's so many other things of value in your life besides that.
Yes.
Mhm.
And it's normal to want the latest and greatest and coolest stuff. So you shouldn't feel bad about it. But I think it's just important to evaluate, like, am I buying this because I'm trying to impress someone, or am I buying this because it's important to me, because it's important to my family, and it'll make our lives better. Also trying to focus on opening up the conversations with your spouse, or partner, and just being honest with, where you're at
Mhm.
financially, what your thoughts are, and then kind of making a plan together.
Sure.
And then anytime you're buying something, Brad Klontz, the psychologist, had listed a lot of questions you could ask yourself. So if you're about to purchase something, but you're like having a little, like, I might regret this,
Mhm.
like, ask yourself, why am I buying this item? Will it make me happy? What am I giving up to buy this? Maybe you're giving up a
Yes.
That's a
vacation with
good
your
one. What am I
family.
Mhm.
giving up to
What
buy
am I
this?
Yeah.
exactly? Yeah. So is there something more important to you that you could be spending this money on?
Mhm.
And then, 1 week from now, are you still going to be happy with it, or are you going to be bored with it? Um, just trying to
Which
really be
most of us
mindful.
are. Most of us are. You really want something, you want to, and then once you get it, it's for a good week, maybe a
Uh-huh.
month, and then
Yeah.
it's no biggie.
Yep. Yep. Or a lot of times you get it home, and if you are hiding it from your spouse, and you're like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't have bought that." So a lot of people use the rule of 24 hours, right? So if you want to buy something, like, wait 24 hours and cool off, and then see if you still want to buy it the next day. It's
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
good way
I
to
I
work it out.
believe that one too.
yeah. So
Yeah.
what are some of the characteristics of a person that avoids money? That
Yeah, so
avoided money.
money avoidance. A lot of times this comes into play in the form of thinking that money is bad, like, inherently, right? So, like, people that have money, they must have gotten it in some unhonest way, or they don't deserve it, right? A lot of
Mhm.
times people have grown up in, like, a lower income household that, was really proud of where they are in life and thinking that people that had more money maybe didn't deserve it. If you're an avoider, a lot of times you ignore your financial situation by like not looking at statements, not checking credit card balances, and you tend to kind of sabotage yourself because if you're ignoring it, things aren't going to go well. When have you ever ignored something and it got better?
Like you close your eyes. I can't see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, close my eyes,
It's not there. It's not real.
So, yeah. So, and a lot of times they end up overspending because they're not paying attention to where things are.
For sure.
And they might actually give more money away than they should, just because they feel bad for having it. So they try to give out loans to family and friends, try to give, more money away so they don't have it.
That's interesting.
It is.
That is very interesting.
So is that more fall under the category, well, too, I guess, any a learned habit or a learned conception, I guess?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see it like, even in my past growing up, like I was from a working class family and my parents always talked about people who lived on the hill, which was like a wealthier area of town, like they were some other species, like they were doing something different that wasn't good. So it's like, I think it's just things that you pick up in your childhood of like, oh, this money is not a good thing to have a bunch of it. You need to spread it out and give more to other people.
Yeah, it makes me think of how Christian or religious type things where
being a martyr.
People think, like the scripture, they want to use the scripture, the money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
And, so they think it's bad to have money, or everybody that rich, like you said, that's rich, like they're bad people. And that is not the case, right? We all know that because really, if you didn't have money, you wouldn't be able to help people. For the most part, the more you have, the more you can help. Of course, you can do things for yourself, but you can help when you have more money. So,
exactly.
But yeah.
So and that falls into the kind of how to think about this differently, right? So if you do have these tendencies to be a money avoider, is to really think about all the good that's happened with your money, right? Like, have you given to charity? Have you supported your community? Think of all the good that does.
The good things that you can do.
Yeah. And you can also, try to check in on your financial situation every now and then. And if it just stresses you out to look at financial statements and stuff, you could try to make it more fun, right? Make it like a date night with your spouse where it's like, pizza, wine, and then you like go through the credit card statements, talk about your goals, make it more about the bigger picture, right? Like we want to go to Disney World in 2 years. So let's talk about, how we're going to save for that, or making it more of a fun conversation instead of like a negative punishing thing.
Well, and here's the way I think of it too. Like the sooner you face that and you do get that strategy, then the conversation is not a burden, right? Because you can get the debt taken care of. You can plan for those family vacations that you want to take, and it's not that burden of the debt. So it's once you take that initial step of facing,
and it really does become fun. It becomes fun planning for trips,
Exactly.
Because
you can now afford them.
Yeah. And once you accomplish a goal like that, as a partnership, that can feel really great too, right? Like, we started out with some credit card debt and now we're doing that trip we want to do. That can feel like a really great accomplishment for a family.
For sure. So then we have the individuals with the money focus script. What are some of the characteristics of that?
In general, people that have this tendency tend to equate like money with happiness. Like money will solve all your problems. If I just had more money, everything would be okay. That's kind of where their minds are at. These are the people that feel like there's just never enough money, right? So they might work a whole bunch because they feel like I got to make more money. I got to make more money, which a lot of times comes at the sacrifice of time with your family, right? Because if you're trying to always work to earn more money, you don't have enough time in the day. These are also tend to be the emotional shoppers where they would buy something just because they want to feel better, right?
Mm.
So just to focus that
Mhm.
money equals happiness in
That
this money
retail.
focus. Okay,
And
retail.
yeah, and so when I took the because one of the questions in the assessment, when I took it, and something towards type of question that they had was kind of focused towards that, but and my thought was I agree a little bit because money can solve problems, you
Mhm.
know, they can solve. So I was like, I agree a little bit, but you can't go all the way left or right with it.
Right.
Sure.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it can't define us. And most definitely, I think the older you get, you find out that relationships are really more important.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's true.
Yep.
Say money don't buy you happiness, but it sure do help.
I think Chris Rock has a quote that says, "Money doesn't buy you happiness, but it does buy you options."
It'll give you some options
Gives you
now.
options. So have we flipped the
We
script?
No,
haven't
not
flipped it yet, so
Let's
we're
flip
flipping
that
it on
script.
this money focus is just kind of focusing on like happiness isn't what's in the bank. Like thinking about all the things that make you happy. Generally, it's not like bank account balances, right?
right.
Which is hard to do. I feel like in today's world, we're just constantly bombarded with all the cool things people are buying, all the cool things people are doing. We see pictures of it live on social media all the time. So it's hard to kind of get out of this mindset that like, oh, I could live like that if I just had more money.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, So, so kind of just focusing on, your family and the ones you love and like making time for them instead
Yes.
of focusing on creating more money. And also looking at your buying habits, if you are more emotional spender, realizing that about yourself. And like, if you're not feeling good, or, if you're sad or mad or whatever it is, like having some other outlet besides shopping, right? Like maybe it's a friend that you call or you go on a walk or you do something else. Um, just trying to trick yourself out of
Yeah.
some of
Yes.
Yes.
those things.
Because that walk is good for your health and your wealth.
That's right. It
Exactly.
sure is. It sure is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, figuring that thing out there. What can
Mhm.
I do differently to keep me from spending this money?
Yep.
So the last one is money vigilance. What is
Mhm.
the characteristics of that?
Yeah. So the money vigilant, they are careful and watchful and just really attentive on their financial life, right? They like bargains. They hate debt. They probably live well below their means. And maybe to a fault, right? Like maybe they're too frugal where they are just hoarding all their money and not having any fun or enjoying, what they've earned.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So they might be overly worried. They might obsess about, the stock market and their bank account balance and like check everything every single day. And, ends up taking a lot of time and consuming your thoughts. Right. So, um, in this, a lot of people think money vigilance is really good, which it can be. Um, but a lot of times it ends up going too far the other direction.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. You can be to a fault because if you're worried about it, that's still a stress,
Yes.
that
Yep.
your body does not need.
Yep.
So just having a little happy medium in there. Um, check it. It's okay to check it, but it's not like,
Yeah.
well, I think you should because it's so much fraud nowadays.
Yes.
It's almost like you
That's what I
have
was
to,
getting.
or
Yeah.
maybe you don't have to check it, but definitely setting up your accounts for notifications anytime
Mhm.
transactions take place. Those type of things can
Yeah.
keep you from having to worry. So that's being proactive. But
Mhm.
yeah, definitely you can do it to a fault if oh my God, I gotta get in here. Make sure my
Yeah.
million is this
Yep. Yep.
sitting
So if we're
here.
trying to flip the script on the money vigilance side, the Dr. Brad Klontz, he recommends having more of a work hard, play hard mindset, right? So still keep working hard, keep saving money, but like have fun too, and be mindful of that, right? Like, am I enjoying my life? Am I, scheduling vacations? Am I doing things that are fun with my money?
Mm-hmm.
And he says maybe even earmark a bucket of money as just the play money, right? Like to where you can do something indulgent, buy something you wouldn't normally buy, book a vacation you wouldn't normally go on,
For
those
sure.
sort of things. And this group of people, I mean, everybody can benefit from working with a financial advisor, but a lot of times in the vigilant group, if they work with an advisor, they can kind of outsource their worries to them instead of worrying about it as often, and that
Mm-hmm.
helps sometimes. And just
For
remembering
sure.
that you can't take it with you. So like
Right.
hoarding cash, if it's not bringing you joy, might as well do something else with it.
That's my favorite thing right now is does it bring me joy?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
For me, it helps to have a so like I have a travel fund and then I
Mhm.
have a miscellaneous account.
Yeah, that's how I do it too. I like the buckets. I think it helps if you have separate accounts that do separate things. You can say, "Oh, look, the vacation bucket is growing. Here we go. Like, let's go
Yeah.
somewhere."
Mm-hmm.
And it just helps you not spend on things you're not supposed to, right? So you wouldn't pull from
Yeah.
the vacation bucket to buy shoes because that doesn't. You don't want to steal
E-
from your vacation.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I do a monthly budget, um, doing the every dollar app. So just
Oh, wow.
assigning every dollar to something, and there's a fun money spot and a
Good. Yeah.
miscellaneous. So monthly, this is how much money I have to play with and have fun with. And then of course other things that come up fall into that miscellaneous category. So
Yeah, I like that.
yeah, keep it fun. I gotta have some fun. I'm a fun girl. Well, I used to be really fun. Now I'm
Now,
like, yeah.
That's what it's about. We're not working just to work. We work to earn money to do fun things. So,
right.
Yeah, somebody told me in 1995, like, let me give you a hint for 1996. Don't work just to pay bills. Like, do something for yourself. And the travel, if it's nothing but buy a pair of earrings and that's your budget for the month, it is still doing something for yourself. So it's not all the work hard, but a little bit of play in there. We gotta have some play in there, like
Yeah.
really to keep your sanity.
exactly. Yeah.
To keep your sanity.
Exactly.
Well, these are all great. I'm wondering if people can like maybe reach out to you, or if there's a link you have or something where they can just kind of take this assessment and see where they fall
Hmm.
in these scripts.
Yeah.
That would be
That would be
super
good.
cool.
Yeah. They can definitely reach out to me. They can also go to yourmentalwealthadvisors.com, and they have the assessment link there. Again, that's yourmentalwealthadvisors.com. And we
Okay. And
can post it with
yeah, we'll
Michelle.
probably put it in the
Yeah.
description below.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
but it's really like understanding your money scripts.
Yes.
Once you understand the why behind some of those decisions and habits, you can choose to make different ones, right? Like you can choose to make better decisions.
Yeah.
And it makes things a lot better in a household where there's more than one person in it that have
for,
different backgrounds, as we
for
talked about
sure.
before. So, because the goal is you want to be able to, build wealth more quickly and live the life you want to live. So,
Yes. And it's so important to come together to do that. One could chase 1,000, two 10,000.
Yeah.
So it's so easy, so much easier to accomplish those goals when you're fighting together as partners.
Yeah. And I
exactly.
think, and like you said, it's really great to figure out where you fall in and how you can adjust
Hmm.
your money script, your personal money script. So I think taking the assessment would be an awesome jump start, to on your journey to fall into where you need to be, right?
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, it's often really helpful. We do this at the beginning of client relationships a lot of the time, and that helps us get a good picture of where they're coming from. So,
for sure. That is awesome. Well, Jamie, thank you for joining us. I want to show her book again, Money Boss Mom. It is such an easy read, and I
is.
highly recommend it. It's really good. And I think if you're doing like a financial book club or something, I honestly think this book is a perfect book,
That's a great
really,
jump starter.
to do a
Yeah.
book club
Yeah.
on. So highly
Yeah,
recommend it.
and I'll offer too, if you want to do a book club on my book, anybody out there, reach out to me and I will send you some autographed copies.
That is
Oh, that'd be
awesome. That would
cool.
be great. Yeah. So Jamie Bosse, certified financial planner, money boss mom. Get this book, y'all.
Yeah.
Jamie, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks so much, ladies.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey guys, and thank you once again for tuning in to Let's Talk Money.
You can find us here every Monday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Yes, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you will be alerted every time new content is aired.
Come on, y'all. Tell your mom and them, your cousin them, all of them.
Tell them all.
Tell them to subscribe and listen to Let's Talk Money.
Yes, and be sure to leave us some comments. Chat with us. We'll be chatting live at times, so chat with us.
Hey, remember your money mindset matters.
As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.